Hello guys, today is 28th of March and my name is Ben. We are going to continue to talk about the semi-trailer as Euro, and this is my second video to talk about it. Today we are going to focus on one type of semi-trailer which is basic, and we call it container chassis. It is popular name at US. Also in the other world they call it container semi-trailer, or they call it a skeleton semi-trailer because it looks like a skeleton without meat and skin. Okay, let's have a look what it looks like. This looks like a container semi-trailer, or we call it container chassis. It is used to carry the containers, of course. This here is a 20-foot container chassis. Here is a 40-foot. This is a sliding container chassis. Here, the suspension and the wheels can slide forward and backward. This is a gooseneck container chassis. Here is also, you can see the frame is also extensible. Alright, I made some notes for you guys to understand how to tell different type of container chassis. We categorize it usually by axle sometime. The axle, what we call axle is, here is a frame, and we have wheels, but the wheels need to be on the axles. So here we call it two axles. Also, we have more axles to have more load according to the different regulation from different countries. Here is 3 axle. And of course, to have more load in your country, and you need to consider to have 4 axle if necessary. But the tire gonna be consumed very fast. This tire gonna be consumed very fast because it's quite long, and when you are turning, it's actually consuming this tire very fast. Okay, and we also can tell the different type of container chassis with the design of the frame. We can make it 2 type of container chassis, which is gooseneck. The neck looks like this because the container have a gooseneck tunnel. A 40-foot container have a gooseneck tunnel. It can perfectly match each other and load it. Not only the 40-foot, but also the 45, the 48-foot container, and also the 53-foot container is also have this type of gooseneck tunnel. And also we have a straight beam, straight neck container chassis. This is usually designed for the multi-purpose. We can explain this later, especially, this is very popular at Africa and other countries who does not have enough money to buy so many equipment, especially for the exactly containers. And also we can categorize them by the length. We have a 20-foot container, as you know, so it could be 6 meter, 20 foot, about 6 meter. And also we have 40 foot, which is double. It is about 12 meter. Okay, and then we have a 45 and 48 foot. It's basically the same, but we didn't explain each container have the corner casting. They have 8 of them in the 8 corner of the container. but for the 45 foot and 48 foot, they have I think double. They have 16 corner casting. They remain the 40 foot in the middle and add another 2.5 or 4 foot to the left and the right to make sure it is long enough. That's how the straight beam container chassis works. And also we have the same kind of 53 foot. It also has a 40 foot in the middle, I mean the corner casting position, and also aid left and right. So this is how we categorize them. Let's have a look at what it looks like. Let's back to the axle. Let's see what a two-axle container chassis looks like. Okay, let's have a look about two-axle. Let's see if we have two-axle. Here we are. Okay. It's quite slow. Okay. You can see now it has two axles here. Let's open it. Okay, this is a two-axle container chassis. Looks like. As you can see, it has two wheels at the rear. This is a drawing of it. This is the drawing of it. As you can see, it is like this with two axle on the ground. Okay, let's have a look what a two-axle trailer looks like. Here is a two-axle trailer. As you can see here, we have only two axles. Let me mark it up for you. 1, 2, two axles here. Here we have this is one axle. This is another one. We have two axles here. All right, let's have a look what a three-axle trailer looks like. We can have a look at another drawing. Here is 1, 2, 3. This is also 1, 2, 3. This is a three-axle looks like. All right, here is how the four-axle looks like. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4 with four axle. Yep, here it is. Okay, let's have a look about the pictures, what those trailers looks like. Here is four axle pictures. You can see it is four axle. Here would be the two axle trailers looks like. It takes time to load the picture. We got it? No, we don't. Alright, we can see it from the small icon here. Can I zoom it? No, I cannot. Okay, let's see. This is a four axle, we have seen it. Let's see what else we can see. Here's the gooseneck and the straight beam. Let's see the gooseneck. What is gooseneck looks like. This is what a gooseneck looks like. It is in the front has a neck which is higher than the deck. So, do we have a gooseneck drawing here? Yes, this is a gooseneck drawing. So you can see this one is, let me change the color for you. This one is gooseneck because it's higher than the normal deck. This one we call it gooseneck. What is the straight neck and straight beam looks like? This is the straight beam. You can see it is totally flat. There's no any bumper in the front. No, just a straight. This is also a straight beam container. So the straight beam container is quite popular because it's multi-purpose. It could carry one, let me change the color. It could carry one 20-foot and carry another 20-foot. Of course, it is also could carry a 40-foot. Of course, it is also available if you have enough space in the front. It could carry a 45-foot or 48-foot or 53-foot in any circumstance. Okay, this is how the straight gooseneck container chassis looks like. We actually have already discussed about this type of containers, how we categorize them. Let's have a look at an example I have prepared for you. Here is an example of the three-axle straight beam container chassis, and with the names on it. I have typed both Chinese name and the English spare parts name and the component name on it. we can see it from the front. In the front, you would have a front twist lock, which is this one. The front twist lock is to lock the container corner casting. You have 4 of them, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear for the 40-foot. And also, if you are buying multi-purpose skeleton chassis, you usually have more, which is here and here. If we count it, it is 12 pieces. 12 pieces container locks. So it could carry a 20-foot at here, or 2 20-foot, one in the front, one in the rear, or could carry a 40-foot, as we have just explained. 40-foot. After the container lock, we have a front bolster. This is the front bolster, which is in the front to have a 2 twist lock on it. And after that, we have a May-beam. Each trailer have 2 May-beam. This is May-beam. This is the May-beam, and it is like the most important booms for the trailer. It's taking the weight. And we have a landing gear here. Landing gear is in the front, which is supporting the container chassis. It would up and down if you operate it. We also have a side guard here. Side guard is to protect the people and the motorcycle to go, or small car to go under the container chassis, to go under the semi-trailer for the safety. Here is a toolbox. You can put the tools inside it and lock it. This is a rim. Rim is inside of the tire. Tire is touching the ground and giving you the way to move around. It's moving, so your trailer is moving. This is tire. And also you have a mud guard on top of it. The mud guard is prevent the mud from the ground to the chassis body or to the containers to make it dirty. Here you can see this is axle. You cannot see it very clear because it's all inside. In the future, we can have a video to talk about it especially. Here is the mud guard, mud flaps in the rear. It the same function of the mud guard on the top, but to the rear. Otherwise, the small car in the rear gonna have facing the mud ring. This is a reflector. This is a reflector. Reflector gives the light to the rear driver to see the waist of the trailer and the location of the trailer. This is a rear bumper. Rear bumper is this one. It is same as the side guard to prevent the small car go under the wheels. The tender light is here, and the braking light is here. The reverse light is this one. You can see the different color, white, red, and orange. This is license light. You can put your license here. Each semi-trailer would require license in different country, I guess. This is a rear bolster. Rear bolster is a bolster which is at rear, different than the front bolster, but the function is to carry the container locks at rear. This is a rear bumper. Rear bumper, sometimes your trailer is stuck in the mud. You need a forklift to push it. Or when you suffering the car accident, the rear car might also hit it to prevent more damage from the forklift and the other cars. Here is a sign to show this is a long vehicle, which in many countries it would require before you get the license. Okay, I didn't talk about the retractable twist lock. We have two types of twist lock. As you can see, this twist lock is not retractable. This twist lock is retractable because when you are loading a 40-foot container on top of it, you would need those container locks to go under the surface so the container would not be damaged by it. All right, I think this would be the most component for the container chassis. This is a 20-foot container chassis. This is a 40-foot. This is a sliding container chassis. This is a gooseneck container chassis. Okay, I think this would be enough for today. I shall see you guys in the next video. Thanks. See you later.